Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a football fan, today's video is gonna be a treat because we're diving into an interesting and intense conversation about a record that stood for 40 years. That's right, we're talking about the legendary Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record, and whether Saquon Barkley, who's been lighting up the field for the Philadelphia Eagles, has what it takes to break it. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss any of the latest NFL news, hot takes, or analysis. Alright, let's jump in. For those who don't know, Eric Dickerson set the single-season rushing record back in 1984 with a mind-blowing 2.105 yards as a member of the Los Angeles Rams. And now, 40 years later, Saquon Barkley, at 27 years old, is charging towards it, sitting just 268 yards away from breaking that record with only 2 games left in the season. Barkley's not only aiming for Dickerson's record, though, he's also eyeing the prestigious 2.000-yard club, something only a handful of players have ever accomplished. So, what does Eric Dickerson think about the possibility of Barkley breaking his record? Well, let's just say, it's a mix of respect, competition, and a little bit of playful reluctance. Dickerson said, "I don't think he'll break it. But if he does, he does." He was pretty clear that he doesn't want his record to be broken. But hey, if Barkley manages to do it, it's all part of the game. But here's the kicker. Dickerson's not bothered by the fact that Barkley has 17 games to do it while he only had 16. He's actually a fan of O.J. Simpson, who set his 2.000-yard record in just 14 games back in 1973. Dickerson points out that getting to 2.000 yards is already a massive accomplishment, regardless of how many games you get. Now, when asked about Barkley as a player, Dickerson was all praise. He likes him, but of course, Dickerson is a fan of bigger backs. And while Barkley isn't quite in his physical mold, Dickerson respects his toughness, elusiveness, and versatility. He also made a pretty interesting point. He always felt Barkley's true potential wasn't fully realized when he was with the New York Giants. You can take Emmitt Smith and put him in Cleveland, and he'd have never been Emmitt Smith. Dickerson says, in other words, location and supporting talent are huge factors in a player's success. No matter how great you are, if you don't have a solid team in front of you, it's going to be tough. And speaking of teammates, Dickerson knows exactly how important his offensive line was to his own success. He couldn't stop laughing about Brock Purdy buying his offensive line brand new Tundras, and even jokingly shared that back in the day. With his $175 salary, he could have maybe afforded 2 Tundras, and then he'd be broke. But seriously, those blockers are crucial. The appreciation for those guys never goes unnoticed, and Dickerson always made sure to thank his own. As for watching Barkley play, Dickerson doesn't exactly sit down and watch every game, except when the Rams are playing, of course. But he admits he'll keep an eye on Barkley's progress. With so many texts blowing up his phone, he can't avoid it. Now, let's talk Rams. Dickerson had some thoughts on Rams running back Kyren Williams, who's been doing his thing this season, carrying the ball a crazy amount of times. That takes a toll on you. Dickerson said, he's not a real big guy, so that says a lot about him as a player. He also gave high praise to Rams head coach Sean McVay, pointing out how well he's coached a young team that's been hit with injuries but still has a shot at the NFC West title. Oh, and speaking of coaches, Dickerson thinks McVay absolutely deserves to be in the Coach of the Year conversation. Even if he doesn't end up winning it, he's done wonders with a decimated team. And honestly, a little more recognition wouldn't hurt. Finally, when asked about the Giants letting Barkley go, Dickerson didn't hold back. Some of these guys who run these teams have as much sense as me being the president of the United States. Ouch. But hey, that's just how he feels. Sometimes the decisions teams make don't always seem to add up. And can you imagine the irony if Barkley breaks Dickerson's record against the team that let him go? A total slap in the face to the Giants. And it would just add to the drama of this whole situation. Alright, guys, that's all for today's video. It's clear there's a lot of excitement surrounding Barkley's potential to break this legendary record. But one thing's for sure, Eric Dickerson's place in NFL history is secure for now. Whether Barkley gets close or not. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll keep you updated on all the latest NFL action and drama. So stay tuned for more. Until next time, take care and keep loving football.